say you are what you eat, so I don't eat chicken feet. But I love me some of Grandma's pickled beets. Well, cut it up, put it in the pan, throw it over your shoulder and see where it lands right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Maters, taters, beans and corn, the cows in the barn and the sheep's been shorn, kids in the barnyard chasing Grandpa's chicken. Chicken. Spices, slices, cuts and dices, gonna slash your grocery prices right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Help you grow your garden good with recipes to suit your mood. Try some grub you've never tried before. Smash it with a wooden mallet, gonna educate your palate. Right here in Farmer's Kitchen, in Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. We're gonna cook something good now.
Hello and welcome to Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. Ooh, it's a different setting, is it not? It's family night on the Kentucky River. Guess what? We're all having burgers and dogs and being totally junk foodish. Now, tonight we put in right by camp on the Kentucky. We're gonna visit with those fine folks. If you wanna camp down here, it's beautiful, beautiful country. Now let's talk to John and see how you can take a beautiful camping trip and put your boat in right here on these Palisades. John Davis, camp on the Kentucky.
Yes, sir.
You know what? I'm doing good, and I know you're doing good because you're smiling, you're all tan, you live down here on the river and it's beautiful. I've got to say that I've been a lot of places in Kentucky, and my job, part of my job, is to eat, obviously, but is to go around and find beautiful places for people to go. We're actually grill on the river, on the pontoon, right below your beautiful campground. Now, I got to say that I've checked around and you're the friendliest guy on the river, campground-wise. Yeah. And you know what? I'm looking here, you got all kinds of people down here, but it's very quiet, it's pristine, it's beautiful, it's mowed, it's landscaped. Beautiful place, pristine. You can do tents, you can do campers, I'm sure you got waters. What all do you have here at your campground?
We do a lot of, we like to eat, and the Bourbon Trail brings a lot of folks in, but a lot of our clients are just, they're river dogs. They like to water, they like to tube, jet ski, just cruise the river, get out and fish. It's an unbelievable resource for fishing.
But you got primitive sites up to?
45-foot RVs or campers. You know, it's about the biggest rig that we
all
can
the plug-ins you can do.
Full electric, water, sewer, Wi-Fi, got it all.
I did a little checking around because I like to camp, and little birdie told me you're the friendliest guy on the river. That's just what I heard. And a lot of people come down here. My buddy Remy, who's down there, he is over here. He actually spends a lot of time down here, loves this part of the country. You know what? We're gonna go explore this whole neck of the woods, but if somebody wanna come down here and camp, what's the address, how they get here?
Well, we're South Woodford County. It's 5486 Cummins Ferry Road. It's easy to get to. I mean, you think you're out in the middle of nowhere, but you're really 20 minutes from everywhere.
Now, as I came out here, I was seeing some signs of some local businesses that I have frequented. Nikki and I have been to Irish Acres. Beautiful antique store. And there's a winery too, is there not?
Yes, Wildside. You got Wildside's Winery. They have great selections. And they're a home-based winery. And then you have the Glitz in the Irish Acres is a 4-star restaurant.
We've eaten there.
People love it, and it's a very unique dining experience. And you know, we got one of the new businesses we have here that's just getting up started. It's a couple of years in is Stonebrook Whitetails, which is a big whitetail farm here.
Really?
Yep.
We'll talk about that later. I like the sound of that.
Yeah. We have a lot of events down here. One of my favorites is our big cornhole tournament, Memorial Day weekend, and it was good to hear from you because one of the big stars of the show is your deer sliders. And just this past Memorial Day, we cooked 250.
Let's talk about that. Let's get a little shot. Now, isn't that something? To me, that's so impressive. My dad, I would give him venison burger. Now, a lot of people say, oh, it's strong, or it's this, that, and the other. Boy, you pat them out, put some onions in them. Isn't that funny? From a show, you take this and you feed 250 people, they see it on our show, and that is so cool that you made those right here at camp.
Man, and I'm telling you, when I flipped the last one, there's nothing left on the plate. They take them as fast as we can.
And does anybody say, I can't believe that's venison?
Yes, everybody. I mean, because they can't. I mean, you put it in a big, thick burger and you can't get people to eat it. But you do your recipe and get them thin.
That's my papa right there.
They're perfect, and they are the sliders.
I think this might be one of the best kept secrets in Kentucky for you outdoor adventurers, people who want to fish. If I'm fishing, if I have beautiful scenery to match, my goodness, that's called bonus. Then if you want to camp right here, spend the weekend, whatever.
Got
John,
your boat launch.
You the man.
Well, I appreciate you coming down.
Thank you very much for having us.
Well, enjoy the river, buddy.
Now you can't tell me that's not some of the prettiest scenery in Kentucky right here. I'm telling you what, beautiful. You got to get down here. We're chilling, having hot dogs, hamburgers. But let me tell you what, as you get older, your joints start to ache, so on and so forth. We fixed something the other night, and the last year and a half I've been talking to her about our aches and pains, so on and so forth. My right knee, it makes the awfulest noise. So anyhow, this next recipe, I started reading about natural bone broth, bone marrow from cattle that are pasture raised. Now, I'm gonna go into some very serious information here. Bottom line is this. Sometimes we have 4 or 5 days between when we actually shoot and the wraps part. The wraps part of the show is hello and welcome to the in-between stuff. 4 days. 4 days I drank a cup of this stuff and my knee has stopped. It's been a year, a little over a year. You gotta try it. Here's how you do it right now. Life-changing stuff. Back inside. We're doing something I want to do a long time. Sometimes I grab onto something and it's like an onion, peeling back the layer of onions. I found out so much information on bone broth.
Really?
Now there's some things that are kind of fattish and so on and so forth, but not just bone broth. Make sure this is grass-fed, pasture-raised, and there's no hormones, no anything in there. And listen to all the benefits that I'm going to tell you that this has. In a minute, we're going to actually talk about how to make bone broth. Now, what's one of the side benefits of butchering your own calf?
You got a lot of bones.
Got a lot of
bones.
And in that is marrow. Now, back in the day, they used to take buffalo. And one of the delicacies of the buffalo, some people would kill them. It was horrible what they did to those things. But they would just take some of the marrow out of the marrow bones or the tongue.
Okay.
Probably the loins, and that was it. Sometimes they'd take their hide. I mean, if they were, it was just horrible how they almost decimated that population. So parts and pieces, typically things that you would think about discarding, may be some of the most healthy things you could possibly do for your body. Back in the old days, nobody wasted anything.
That's like my grandfather, everything. He used it all.
Exactly.
He used it all.
Raoul, my inspiration for cooking. You know, when I brought a trout, huge trout in during one time, and I was just going to fillet it. And boy, did he get on me. No, he took the head.
Right.
He took the tail. He took everything and he
turned it into something.
He boiled that broth down and skimmed all that stuff off. The man was amazing. Today, we have some organic carrots. We're going to leave the hides on.
I like that.
This is going to go.
It's easier.
This is going to go with our broth. We got celery, organic celery, and we got onion. We can leave all this because we're going to strain that when it comes out. Now, what are some advantages to grass-fed beef? Listen to this. Here's the top 10. Now tonight, I'm going to go on a couple sites that I would recommend you go take a look at. One of them is called eatwild.com. Talking to my buddy Cliff the other day, and he says, take a look at this. Fascinating. So you think about grass-fed beef versus getting something where you have no idea, you know, what it's been fed. That's important.
Right, that's important.
Or what antibiotics or what it's been given. Right, it says here, score 10 for grass-fed beef. It's lower in total fat. It's not all about a taste thing or texture. It's higher in beta carotene, higher in vitamin E, higher in the B vitamins. It's higher in the minerals calcium, magnesium, and potassium. So the things that we need at this age. When you get 29 like we are,
28 for me.
You need stuff.
Exactly. I'm a little younger.
If you're 28, then I'm 27.
You think? I might be 26.
Oh, whatever. Then it's higher in total omega-3s. Omega-3s are vitally important.
Really?
A healthy ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids. Higher in CLA, which is a potential cancer fighter. We're going to talk about that more in just a little bit. And this goes on and on. But here's number 10. Lower in the saturated fats linked with heart disease. Now let's talk about an animal being out doing its natural thing as opposed to in an enclosed environment. Listen about eggs. Now when we go gather eggs, when chickens are housed indoors and deprived of greens, their meat and eggs also become artificially low in omega-3s. Now again, heart healthy, cancer fighting.
Right.
Eggs from pastured hens contain as much as 10 times
Wow.
the omega-3s than eggs from factory hens.
We got lots of eggs.
How about that? It's estimated that only 40% of Americans consume an adequate supply of omega-3 fatty acids.
Really?
Only 40%. 20% have blood levels so low that they can't be detected.
Really?
So switching to the meat, milk, and dairy products of grass-fed animals is one way to restore this vital nutrient to your diet.
Well, we're doing that.
We're doing that.
That's right.
Now, does that mean I won't grab a bag of Grippo potato chips?
Yeah, right.
And eat every one of them every now and then?
You can't help yourself.
I can't help it.
I know those are
There's
good. Those
certain
are good.
things that you just...
Yeah.
Does that mean, while I'm doing all this research,
Well, have some beef broth with your chips.
health benefits of grass-fed products, while I'm reading that, what if I ate a Reese cup or 3? I just might.
And then drink some broth. No?
Oh,
I have an
speaking
egg.
of that, it's a cleansing agent.
Okay.
So, everything in moderation.
Right.
But we try not to eat too much sweets, but
God, we like our sweets.
after we show you all this healthy stuff tonight, we're going to have something sweet.
Yeah.
And in a moderate amount. And the thing is, we just try not to overdo it.
That's right.
Although, if you had your apple cake, I would eat.
I know, you would eat it
probably-
all.
I would probably eat all of it. All right, let's talk about actually making this stuff. There's only a couple ingredients. Now, we're not going to put salt and pepper in this.
Really? Okay.
The first thing you have to do, Mrs. Farmer, if you want, is we're going to take these bones
Okay.
and we're going to put them on a tray. And we don't have to do that yet.
Okay.
We're going to take these and put them in a tray, put them in the oven on a cookie tray
Okay.
at about 375, 400 degrees for almost an hour for big bones like this. You want to toast this.
Okay.
It tastes much better if you leave it in there and toast it. That will darken up, and it's kind of like browning your meat when
Yeah.
you're cooking it. If you didn't do that and you cooked it just in your water, you might have a little bit of a bitter taste. It's not going to taste. It's not
Okay.
going to have
Makes
that
sense.
roasted taste that
Makes
you would
sense.
normally have. We're going to take some carrots. Guess what? We don't have to peel them.
I like that.
All those nutrients
Yeah,
on
don't have to
our
peel
onions.
anything.
We're going to cut
You don't have
those.
to peel
We're
that
gonna-
either, just throw it in. I like
We're
it.
going to do that. And celery,
Okay.
if we had more leaves, we'd use them.
My kind of cooking.
There's nothing to it. And this is a good lazy way to cook.
Okay.
Now, if you look back behind us, you'll see a crock pot bubbling away. Now, the thing about this is that's been bubbling away for 36 hours.
Right.
You can go 48. What you
Wow.
want to do is get everything out that you can. Here's the catalyst, vinegar.
Really? Vinegar does everything, doesn't it?
Before I get ahead of myself, you can do this with lamb bones,
Oh, really?
chicken bones.
My mom always did that with
Yes,
chicken
she
bones.
did.
Always. She still cooks with that.
Don't waste anything. Can you go to your butcher and say, hey, I want some bones? Yep, guarantee you. Now, I got these at pasture, and I know that these are grass-fed.
Cliff helped you out. Made sure
I
you get
know
your
where
bags.
they came
Yeah.
from. This is about the right amount.
Right.
And if you want to buy those, I think they're like $3 a pound. But when you really look at it, you say, well, you're not even going to eat it. But you get this massive quantity. I'm going to start taking that daily
Really?
for my joints,
Maybe I should
my
too.
knees.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do an experiment and see if that works. But when I tell you the health benefits of this, after we do this, you're going to want to try this.
And it smells amazing.
Our
it
house
smells really good.
Yeah, our house has smelled good, really.
Yes.
Except for that short amount of time we lost electricity
Yeah.
last night.
That wasn't good, but it came right back.
But it came right back.
Yeah.
So anyway, my mouth is water, just smell all this stuff.
Okay.
So simple, nothing to it. All right, Mrs. Farmer, if you will, grab that tray that we've already put in the oven.
Okay.
And we'll see what it looks like after about an hour on 375.
Okay.
Okay, Mrs. Farmer, while you're getting the bones out of the oven, I Wikipedia'd Grippos.
Did you?
In 1919, Angelo Grippo began manufacturing rolled sugar cones. He later added traditional hand-twisted pretzels, which he sold for 1 penny at retailers throughout Greater Cincinnati in 1923. Then by 1959, here came the barbecue potato chips. And I have to specify, I like all their stuff, but it's the barbecue potato chips.
Remember you gave those to Natalie and she's like,
Oh,
what are these?
she's never had them before.
We need to take her to the
Cincinnati,
Grippos plant.
Ohio.
We need to go.
Might need to go visit them. That's cool.
That is neat.
Okay, back to what we're doing. Okay, we have our bones right here. Now look how different they look. You see that exterior is kind of brown.
It actually smells
There's
good.
a little bit of meat on there.
Yeah, you
That's
can
just
smell it.
fine. You can see the marrow itself is browned up. That's what you want to see. And that smells really good.
Yes, it does.
Now, we are preparing this in a stock pot, which you can do too. Now, we did this, we got a big slow cooker.
Right. Just let it
We
go.
want to show you the various ways you can do this. You can do this on your stove top. Basically put it on a low simmer and just let it go, walk away.
Yeah.
There's one thing that happens through this process. If you see a lot of fat that comes up to the top, just scoop that off.
Okay.
Get that out of the way. We don't want a bunch of fat.
Right.
But we need gelatin in our body, in our gut. We need them in our joints. And when this starts to firm up, it becomes gelatinous.
How'd you get so smart?
You know what? Once I started looking at this process and talking to Cliff about this whole process, I got really, really interested in it. And it was, like I said, peeling the layer back.
Right.
It's so good for you. Now, not to be Tim the science guy, but I'm gonna give you some details on.
You've been digging.
I've been digging. All right, Mrs. Farmer, if you would like, go ahead and plop those in there if they're not too hot to handle. Now we're gonna do everything right on this. This is filtered water. We want this to be super healthy so we can detox after we've eaten all our bad stuff.
Okay.
So simple. We're just gonna cut the ends off these.
Right.
Of course, any bad parts take off, but leave.
Cut the ends off the
This
carrot.
is for flavor.
Okay.
And nutrients.
So we don't want
Leave
that.
the skins on.
So just
everything
cut 'em?
else.
How
yeah.
big?
Oh, you know, about like that. And if you see your water coming down below your bones, just add a little bit more water. This is so simple, it's almost ridiculous.
Same with the celery?
Same with the celery.
All this?
A couple handfuls. I'd
Okay.
say that's good right
Good.
there. Plop that in, and this is all for taste. And if you want to put an onion in there,
How much onion?
I'd do.
About half
I'd
of
say
it?
about half of that big onion.
And don't skin it, you said?
Oh, you can take that base off and
Right.
maybe peel a layer or two back. But the thing is, we're gonna scoop this water out, and we're gonna ladle the water out and strain it through cheesecloth directly into a quart jar. Now, if you wanted to put it in Tupperware and freeze it, you can do that too. Now, it'll stay. You can keep it in the refrigerator for a week.
That's it.
Of course, we're gonna use it. Now, if you freeze it, obviously it's gonna last for several months. The last thing we got to do for that much, I mean, those are some big old bones. We want to make sure that. And this is the Bragg's raw unfiltered cider
You like
vinegar.
the
They say
organic,
that
you like-
that's good for you. I take a little bit of that every day too when I think about it. I'm gonna put, I don't know, 3 tablespoons in there. You said it's about 3,
Yeah,
3.5 tablespoons.
perfect.
And then you get that up to a slow boil, then you back off and just simmer it.
Okay.
You get
The onions are getting me.
onion eyes.
I'm crying because I'm so happy.
All right, now go ahead and set that on the stove if you will, Mrs.
Okay.
Farmer.
It smells
that.
amazing.
Now, again, I have many times gone ahead and gotten the fat off the top of it. And what I'm going to do a little bit at a time is we're going to just strain this out so there's no parts and pieces. It'll be a fairly clear liquid that we have. Does this remind you of rendering lard?
Yeah, it does. Have you tasted this yet? It smells amazing.
It smells like a wonderful roast sort of thing.
So you can make noodles with this, put it
Oh,
with your
yeah.
roast. You can
Yeah,
use it
it's
so
not
many
just
things.
it's not just for taking a couple tablespoons
To cook with.
medicinally, but yeah, you can cook with it. I'm going to actually take it and warm it up and have, half a cup a day.
See, I drink this at night like soup. I would have a little bowl of soup.
You love stuff like this.
I do.
And once we pour this, you're going to see the fat come to the top. Once that cools down, just take that right off the
Okay.
top.
So you don't want the fat.
You don't want the fat. And you can see that already.
So we store this in the fridge?
Store in the fridge. All right, now when you're done, your bones are going to have a different consistency to them. I'm not going to take them out, but
Yeah.
they'll almost become brittle and break.
Okay.
You've taken everything out that you can possibly take. Now let's talk about the fact that we need more calcium, magnesium, and potassium when we get older. All right, now listen to this. This is from Dr. Axe, DRAXE.com. Food is medicine. Bone broth benefits. I've found bone broth to be the #1 thing you can consume to treat leaky gut syndrome. Well, nobody wants their gut leaking.
No, I don't want a leaky gut.
Overcome food intolerances and allergies.
Really?
Wow. Improve joint health,
We need that.
reduce cellulite, boost immune system. And it says here that there's a reason that it's prescribed by doctors and mothers alike when you're feeling under the weather. All bone broths, beef, chicken, fish, lamb, and more are staples in the traditional diets of every culture and the basis of all fine cuisine.
Really?
We know that. They're nutrient dense, easy to digest, rich in flavor, and boost healing. Now, the simmering of the bones and the ligaments, which we have in here, the knuckles and all that, release healing compounds like collagen, proline, glycine, glutamine that actually have the power to transform your health.
Really?
Is that not cool?
So we're gonna be
That
super
something
healthy.
like this, with your omega-3s and all the things that protects your joints as we get older, it's good for your bones, skin, cartilage, ligaments, tendons. The average person in today's world is exposed to so many environmental toxins, pesticides, artificial ingredients, and chemicals of all sorts.
while the human body has its own means of detoxifying, this is a great way since it helps the digestive system expel waste and promotes the liver's ability to remove toxins, boosts metabolism.
I like that.
It's good for Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, and acid reflux.
It's about everything. It covers it all.
And we have done our duty and showed you something healthy.
That's
so
right.
now let's fix something really sweet.
Hey, it's got fruit
Because we
in
can
it.
detox.
Oh, it's got fruit.
This is an old family recipe.
Okay.
It's fairly easy to make. We went out the other day and we use what's around. Now, I've been fighting with the squirrels
Yes, you have.
and the yellow-shafted flickers. People used to call them sapsuckers. They get up there and they peck one hole in it and they ruin it and they drop it.
pears.
Then they'll get down and eat on it and the squirrels will run up and take it. I swear we're lucky to get any pears at all because it's a constant barrage of squirrels.
You gotta have dessert.
You got to. Then we'll detox.
Yeah, that's right.
But you know what? We're going to do something here that tastes very good. We had berries and pears.
Right.
So we're going to take and make a little cobbler with a little ginger zing in it.
With the berries we found in the field and the.
It's the Pearberry Express.
Exactly.
Because you can make it rather quickly. Let's clean this up.
Okay.
Isn't that pretty?
That is
Look,
pretty.
It looks like honey.
It does.
So we're going to set this out of the way. We'll do the rest of the stuff later. But man, oh man,
Yum.
just a little dessert, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we got some berries and we got some pears. This is Pearberry Express.
That's right, exactly.
This is easy.
Yes, it is easy.
There's nothing to it. How do you do it?
Well, a lot of people do peach cobbler like this, and they just do the flour, the sugar, and you have the juice from the peaches in a can. But we're getting fresh stuff from out in the yard. So I went ahead and we have probably, I think it's about 6 ounces maybe of berries, would you say here?
That's about right.
Do that, and I'm gonna cut up.
A lot of berries this year.
Yes.
But everything ate them up pretty
Yeah,
quick.
let's put some pears in here too this time. Just a little couple pieces of pear. And I left the skin on, because when you eat pears, think about it, you just eat the whole thing.
That's true.
You like it, the skin's a good part.
And that's probably the healthiest part of it.
Right, this is just right out of the yard.
All those smell good.
Go ahead and pour like about a half a cup of the L8.
In here?
Yeah, that ginger taste is good in that. Let's kind of let that, because think about it, when you have peaches in a can, you have that little bit of syrup, so we're going to kind of just make up our own here with this L8.
Yeah.
All right, so I just used, what was that, just two pears. And now we're going to take, I took half cup flour.
Okay.
Your basic ingredients, probably everybody does the same thing. Half cup sugar.
All right.
That's it. And our mixture.
That's it, huh?
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's it?
That's it.
That's the reason we call it the Pearberry Express.
That's right.
Then preheat your oven to 350.
350, and we're going to cook that. We're going to give it a half hour and see how it looks. And we might even make a little icing for the top of this.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about.
So there, quick and easy dessert, and it's healthy because it's fruit. It's fruit from the yard.
That's what it is.
Yeah. All right.
You know what? I like the chunks.
It smells good, doesn't it?
It smells good. Now you're going to make a little drizzle to put on top.
Let's make it. That was your idea. I like you always have good ideas. Why don't you go ahead and pour a little L8
just
in
tell
there
me
for
when
me?
to stop.
L8, not much though, because when you use powdered sugar like this, it doesn't take very much to make it into icing. Go ahead and give us a little of that vanilla.
Vanilla?
Yeah.
Too
That's
much?
perfect. That'll be fine. We do whatever we want. All right, so there's our icing. What do you think?
Yum.
Let's just drizzle some of that on there. Makes it just taste a little bit better. What do you think? Lots?
Yeah, if you're going to do it, you may as well just do it.
Do it good? And I say we just eat right out of the bowl together. What do you think?
That's the Pearberry Express. Let's call it the Ginger Pearberry Express.
All right, I like that.
That's nice
little
and
icing.
gooey. Look at the heat coming out of there. The hot,
That's good.
it's burning mouth.
We could use some ice cream with that. Got me a berry. Just a good, sweet, easy dessert.
What's unique with the pear and the berries? You kind of don't expect it, but they blend well.
They really
It's
do. It's
unusual,
good.
but I like it.
I like the crunchy fruits in that. Really good.
You want to go back to the boat?
Yeah, I do.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right, now, those rest. That's thunder, by the way.
Oh.
Ooh, that's a big black cloud.
But I tell you where there's not a big black cloud, but there are a lot of recipes. Where would that be?
TimFarmersCountryKitchen.com.
That's where you can find a gazillion recipes, how-to, so on and so forth. We have so many wonderful friends who watch our show, and we also have friends on our Facebook page. Well, how in the world do you become friends on Facebook page? What do? You hit like. That's how quick it is. If you haven't become our friend on Facebook, please hit like, and we talk about recipes, we talk about all kinds of stuff, we have a lot of fun. And everybody's asking, are you going to the fair? Yes, August 25th. We're going to be at the State Fair. Here's the graphic to show you where we're going to be, what time. It's in the South Wing. We hope to see you there. So it's all about
good times.
Good times. Good friends.
Good friends.
and good eats. We'll see you next week with a brand new Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen.
To order a cookbook, please call 502-319-0487 or email timfarmerck@gmail.com. Special thanks to CKY, Canoe, Kentucky, Furniture World Superstore, Housewarmings, Lodge Cast Iron, Tater Knob Pottery and Farm,